Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode at Over the Bar podcast. And in this episode, we will be talking about the English Premier League games for this weekend, and we'll be starting with Bournemouth against Manchester United. Manchester United have been in some good form lately, right? Even winning the last game, and there's so much noise on the internet. We are going to the Champions League. We have clinched third position. Blah blah blah. But yes, let's start with Manchester United. There are a couple of other games that we're looking at. The Man City game. Arsenal are not playing this weekend. They're playing against Manchester City in the EFL Cup finals. So we're looking at Chelsea playing against Everton. Chelsea coming off the shambolic display in the Champions League over the midweek. It's very personal. And then there's also Liverpool playing, having won 4-0, comfortable win, I would say, applying all of the pressure against Galatasaray. And then we just start with Manchester United Bournemouth. Brown, what can we expect from this game?
I mean, expect all the goodies.
Wait, Brown. Now we're gonna say, is that meant to be a question?
This is what you did the last time. My people lost. You better be careful.
I don't want to take that route. It's a question. Bring it forward. I mean, tomorrow being Friday, I see 3 points all day, right? Because I mean, if you look at our performance, yes, you could say, oh, we lost. I mean, we have lost one in our last 8. One in our last 8. That's a fantastic record, and I'm sure a lot of Chelsea fans will take that anytime, any day. So I mean, against Bournemouth, I don't see a challenge here. Not at all. Not a challenge. So 3 points all the way. 3 points all the way. And again, in fact, I don't even want to discuss whether or not we are going to win. No. We are going to win. What we as Manchester United fans are looking out for is simple. Bruno Fernandes to continually give assists. That's what we are focusing on, because we are finishing third. We are going to the Champions League. I dare anybody that wants to come and try us. We are going to cut you down. So Bournemouth is just another challenge, and we are going to eat them like suya. We will eat them up. So no issue. So yes, all our focus is Bruno Fernandes increasing his assists to eventually break that KDB's and Thierry Henry's record of 20
Let me
assists.
remind you that you're just 3 points behind Aston Villa, 5 points behind Liverpool. Ahead of Liverpool, rather.
I'm playing 10th place Bournemouth, and you are talking to me about people.
No, I'm just saying, because you are saying that nobody should try you for the Champions League position. I'm just reminding you.
First now.
I'm just reminding you. But anyways,
Liverpool that cannot even win their match. Or is it
they beat Galatasaray. They were very impressive against Galatasaray. Very impressive.
Defense have been shambolic.
We will see.
Sanchez, one of their best defenders.
We will see.
And a Galatasaray team that they injured Osimhen. Please. We are not those mediocre Champions League players. So let me tell you, on Friday we are going to open the weekend with a comfortable 3-0 win.
Okay, Shola.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, it has to be said that Manchester United are not Chelsea, so we have to put that. We have to put that out there.
Wow.
Third now.
Well, of course, you are not Chelsea. You did not just crash out of the Champions League, so yes, you're not Chelsea.
Yeah, and again, it has to be said, we are ready.
Instead of to crash out, is it not better to not to go out? The way you really crashed out. You were crashed.
I mean, doing a mantada against PSG is not for everybody.
Exactly.
Go and ask Rashford.
I'm sorry, but we beat the same PSG to win the Club World Cup. So I would say it's just
round preseason World Cup.
What?
That nepotism World Cup.
No, what you are doing now is discrediting Chelsea's credentials. That's what you are doing. We are just in a very Chelsea is just in a very bad place. Chelsea is just in a very bad place at the moment.
How long you have been in a bad place?
If you are not,
you people have been in a bad place for a long time. You are just recovering.
Not anymore. Hard to believe it's not sports.
If you are not careful,
You know.
Chelsea fans, PSG will go to court and they will collect that World Cup.
Yeah. Shola, tell us your scoreline for the Bournemouth Manchester United game.
I mean, to be honest, I was going to say that that third position, we don't like
going
it
for
again.
second.
We are going for second. Man City, beware, we are coming. We are coming for you. And
I think it would be impressive if Manchester United finished in second. It would be very, very
crazy. Crazy. From 15th.
We will finish second. We will finish second. You can go and you have a mortgage, right? Go and bet your mortgage on it. So, but I mean, that's on the lighter note. On a serious note now, Bournemouth, they are also not losing. Although they are not winning as well. I think they had about, four draws in their last 5 or so. So, but one thing is they are 10th and they're also fighting for the European sports and stuff like that. But there is like something I like about the position that United are in currently. We have individuals like Bruno Fernandes, who is also chasing something. That's he already has 16 assists so far.
Yeah.
He's trying to make 20, perhaps get 21. So there is that. We have Šeško, who is now a fantastic super sub, who is like a goal machine. He's like his newly found form. He has scored 9 Premier League goals. Who could have believed that Šeško has scored 9 Premier League goals? And Gyökeres,
a striker has scored 9 goals, and saying who could believe?
So I'm just trying to say that Šeško has been impressive lately. And I don't even mind again. I was part of the people clamoring maybe you should be starting. I don't care again. If he's a super sub, as long as he comes in and he scores. I mean, he could have scored the second goal also with that fantastic through ball from Bruno Fernandes. So that has to be said. And again, Brand said something. They said we have not, in the last 8 or 9 thereabouts, we've won 7. Even Arsenal has not done that. Even Arsenal in the last 7 matches, we've not won. Like we have, by 2026, we are topping the table.
Yes.
Manchester United.
If you start from 2026,
yes.
Don't start sounding like Liam Rosinio that said that since he joined this group, we are told that we are third in the league. We're third in the league. Then they should give the league to Manchester United now. That guy.
So I see those things working in our favor. To be honest, you saw one thing that stood out for me when against Aston Villa was we were actually celebrating Bruno's assist much more than the goal. We didn't even care. To be honest, we didn't even care who was going to score. As long as it's Bruno that was making the assist, everybody was happy. So there is that. That is also something aside from finishing second now. That is also something that the team are also, there is like also giving that extra motivation within the team. Maybe we can also get that. But just to talk about the match, it's going to be a tough one. Obviously, Bournemouth, they're also fighting for European Conference League spots, and they are 10th. They don't also lose, and they have some fantastic players like Sue Evangelison and Tavernier. But whatever, and we also played 4-4. One fantastic 4-4 draw at Old Trafford. So, but this is time for revenge. Thought you could just come to my yard and just be doing anyhow.
Give us your scoreline.
And they asked Semenyo that time. They don't have him anymore. So we are back now, and it's Carrick,
Carrick ball.
These are people. Anyways, just tell us your scoreline. We will see. We'll be here. It's Friday. Maybe it's Friday.
Chelsea haters.
There is a way that we allow people that think they are tough to go and get humiliated.
Give us your scoreline.
Tottenham thought they could just beat us in the Europa League final. Look at where are they now?
Why are you doing like CAF? Referring to the past.
Newcastle thought they would just bully us. Where are they now? Were they not humbled against Barcelona?
They still get more money than everybody. Hope you know.
Next season, we are getting money.
Okay.
Money will
What's
come.
your
We don't
score?
have
What's your
money. We are
score?
already, we already
What's
pricing.
your
We are
What's
already
your
pricing
score line?
Bruno,
Bruno
we are already going to,
Gimares.
we are already going to Newcastle to get their best players. That's
What's your score
clout.
line?
My score line. 3-1 to United. 3-1 to United.
Okay. Let's move to the Brighton Liverpool game, and I'll start with AY. Liverpool had a very good game over the week, in the midweek Champions League game. Quite a number of people were sort of worried for them. Maybe they were going to be, perhaps they would struggle against Galatasaray. But from the first minute of that game, it was very obvious that Galatasaray will have no part to play in this game. The pressure
Galatasaray
was
are no pushover.
Liverpool pushed them over and stamped up on their head because the pressure was immense. In fact, I thought as soon as the first 10 minutes, because they were not playing anything, and then Osimhen got injured and all of that. Even before that, they were not playing anything. Him being on the pitch also, he couldn't really participate in the game, and he had to be withdrawn. And then one of their players, also Lang, got injured. Hit the digital board and was bleeding and all of that. But apart from all of those, the game is the game. Liverpool had a very, 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 very good game. It was what's his name? Was it their goalkeeper now? That prevented that game from limited that game to 4-0.
Yeah.
Liverpool had a lot of chances. So can they carry this form now back into the Premier League against Brighton and just do wonders at Brighton's home?
Okay, before I talk about the Liverpool game, give me 30 seconds to talk about United's game. United, I don't know what's always wrong with their fans. Number one, you are this Bournemouth, you've only won once in your last 6 meetings.
That was the same way we didn't beat Arsenal now.
Okay.
For so long.
Okay.
For so long.
So yeah, I just
That's one thing I like about Arsenal.
That's not for your sake.
I saw Arteta that day. You don't understand. Carry 4 substitution in one for them.
This noise is too much for a team that plays just twice in a month. After this your game, the next time you are playing is middle of April. Chelsea have played multiple times before you guys.
Chelsea will still play in the FA Cup.
Than to go and lose.
Okay, we'll swallow that one for now.
But they are earning. Chelsea's earnings from Champions League, you will not even
anymore. They don't cash out now. The money don't finish.
So let's talk about Liverpool Brighton. Like you said, Liverpool, they were exceptional against Galatasaray. But part of me actually thinks it's because Osimhen was injured. Fine. When the game started, they started mounting pressure on Galatasaray, which was expected. They were losing. They were already losing from the first leg. So it's only expected for them to want to come into the game and wanting to score. So that was expected. Then after Osimhen got injured and he was subbed off, it was very easy for Liverpool to just run the field. You would notice that Liverpool's second half was way, way better than the first half. And for me, I would still say it's due to Osimhen. I might be wrong, I might be correct. And talking about this Brighton game, I want Liverpool to push Chelsea out of the top 4. And because of the two teams,
we are not doing the top 4 at the moment. Chelsea's done the top 4.
I know. Like in terms of competing for the 4th spot.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of the two teams that can actually give Man U a run for their money, I feel Liverpool, they still stand a chance based on the players they currently have, based on the matches that they have left. Because Chelsea, you guys have lots and lots of difficult games. And unfortunately for you, James is injured. So you have a lot to sort out. But talking about Liverpool Brighton, I see Liverpool carrying on that form from the Champions League into the league. Salah was also very fantastic. I don't know what wrong player African
thinking about the penalty.
I don't know African players. He had a very, very fantastic game against Galatasaray, and I want to believe that he would bring it forward against Brighton. I see Liverpool winning 3-1.
Shola, do you agree with AY that Liverpool would have a big win in this?
I agree with him. And that's one of the reasons why it's difficult to just sack Arne Slot. It's more like a love and hate relationship right now. They don't know what to do with him. He puts in the performance sometimes it's like shambolic. But one thing about Liverpool though is they always score. Regardless of their form, they know how to score. And to be honest, once as a coach, you already know how to score. You know where to focus on. Like, okay, now it's just to focus on the defense and not concede as much goals. So Liverpool, they always know how to score, and I give them that. So I don't see Brighton being much of a threat to Liverpool, especially since Liverpool coming back from that already high momentum against Galatasaray. So I see them actually winning at Brighton, and we'll go again the next when the Premier League resumes. So, because I also don't want Liverpool to be near me at all. Who are they? I don't want them to be near me, but I don't think it's Brighton that will do it for me. Maybe other teams will do it, but
Looks like Salah will also not be playing in that game. Looks like
I mean, it doesn't.
for that match. So.
What has Salah really offered them this season?
No, don't
So
say
I don't
that.
think.
Well, yeah, of course,
I
it's
don't
not been
think
a
they
lot
will
of fun,
miss him.
but
Yeah, they won't miss him. In fact, he's already given. He has already reduced the headache of Arne Slot because you remember when he was benching him and then he was like causing
there was a lot of press pressure on him and all of that.
Exactly. So they won't miss him.
Okay, Liverpool for the win against Brighton. Let's move to Everton Chelsea. Chelsea right now are in a very terrible state.
Manager bounce, no bounce again.
Psychologically, I mean, it bounced a bit, but the bouncing don't finish.
You don't bounce.
You don't bounce. But there's Chelsea are in a very, very vulnerable state at the moment, considering 8 goals, right, into over 2 games, and with lots of injuries, everywhere. Colwill said to be on pitch but not ready. James, after signing a new injury, decides to take a break.
This church boy.
I say that very likely. Esteva also, I think he should be ready for this game. He's eventually fit. He has been declared fit. I mean, I would have to wait for the press conference too, but it's eventually fit and ready to play. Everton are not, like Brown would say, they are not pushovers. They have shown that they can actually pick up results this season. And now playing at home. Yeah, now playing at home against a frustrated, downtrodden Chelsea side, who in the 60th minute, in the 59th minute against PSG, just withdrew the best 3 players on the pitch in concession that, this game is lost, considering that this game is already lost. So the morale is really down. Cole Palmer is not in form. What can we expect from this game, Brown?
I mean, Chelsea is just 5 points above. Chelsea is just 5 points above Everton, right, on the Premier League table. And say what you want about that they are lost to Arsenal. Of course, Arsenal is a very brilliant team in the Premier League. Take nothing away from Arsenal and the young boy Matt Dolman. But Everton fought in that game till the very, very last minute of that game. In fact, Victor Gyökeres had to come in, and I think he scored that goal in the 80th minute or thereabouts.
9th minute.
Exactly. So Everton fought till the very end. In fact, the reason why Matt Dolman was able to even get that goal was because Everton came all out in that corner kick to try and see if they can salvage at least a point. So they are a very, very good side. And then, of course, they are fighting for European spots as well, be it in the Conference League or what have you. So they are a tough challenge. They are a tough nut to crack for anybody, any day, anytime. And then when you look at Chelsea, they have a plethora of problems right now. When you look at the manager, you go down to the players, and all of these things is down to one thing: mentality. So when you look at the manager, of course, you would say that Liam Rosina, if Chelsea fans had been told that if they sack Maresca, this is the guy they were going to bring, no Chelsea fan would have allowed Maresca to go, because this guy does not even possess the acumen of a Chelsea manager. So when you look at the history of people that have managed Chelsea, and then you look at Liam Rosner, no disrespect to his person as a man, but the caliber of people that have managed Chelsea Football Club, I don't think it fits into that bracket. So the mentality is already faulted from the manager down. Now, when you look at the games they played against PSG, of course, PSG is a brilliant side. But if you cast your mind back to last season, when PSG played against Aston Villa, it was difficult for PSG. Yes, they won. Yes, they qualified. But Aston Villa put up a serious fight. And if not for
Aston Villa even beat them in
I think there
at
was
home,
one
England.
leg. Yeah.
yes, at home, Aston Villa won. So when you look at, I think PSG just, they won the first leg, so goal margin, and then that was how they. But Aston Villa it was difficult for them against Aston Villa, and then you are thinking in the grand scheme of things, Chelsea is a bigger team compared to Aston Villa. But look at it, look at the performance. They were even worse at home, and it is very unfortunate because whether at home, whether away, Chelsea has really, really not been it. And then when you add that to the list of injuries they have, recently their best defender in the last game got injured. What was his name again? Chalobah
Almost lost his ankle.
He was stretched out. So when you look at that Chelsea's defense, it is very, very frail. So I fear for Chelsea. Do I want Chelsea to actually? I would rather Chelsea qualifies for Champions League football than Liverpool. That's how much love I have for Chelsea compared to Liverpool. But with where they are right now, with their performances recently, in fact, in the Premier League, in their last 5 games, they have won only 1. 2 losses, 2 draws, with only 1 win. So I fear for Chelsea.
We have been respecting the ball, that's why.
I see. So I don't know if this game Chelsea is going to respect the ball. I hope not. I hope they do not. They will strike the ball instead of respecting it. So, I mean, tough not. Ultimately, I see this game ending in a draw. Not a good result for Chelsea, but I mean, I see this game ending in a draw. That's what I see.
Do you also think that this game ends in a draw for Chelsea?
Just seems like a fair result, considering the quality of the Everton. Considering the quality of the Evertonian side, and of course they also have a fantastic coach, David Moyes, experienced Premier League manager, and Liam Brazen also wants to bounce back from that awful defeat against PSG. I mean, losing in that manner. And it was also like the aura. We said he had this aura when he joined, but that aura is already
the aura have disappeared.
That dissipated.
And there was this picture of him just sitting down like this and like so humble.
I've seen a lot of memes this week.
I really felt for him. But one thing that I like about the guy is obviously he loves the game. You can't have that kind of emotion if you don't love the game. And you can say all you want about him, still bringing up a note when the match was almost ending.
I think it's just criticism. There's nothing wrong in that.
There's nothing wrong
even
in
though
that.
While it feels performative, right?
Exactly. There's nothing wrong in losing and still trying to learn from
showing that you are fighting to the very end.
Maybe not even showing that you are fighting. Somebody could be doing something. You just want to, let me understand what they are trying to do now and try to see, did I get it right? Because it could be useful in all other things. And it's also the part of the spirit of the game. There are coaches that, even in losses, you just have to.
I think that the biggest decision that I made from that PSG game that people were really annoyed about was that sub made in the 60th minute. Taking out Cole Palmer, João Pedro, and Enzo Fernandez. Just being fair to him now, while I would agree that with a lot of people that is him just throwing in the towel, right? Saying, well, this game is lost already. There's nothing we can do about it. But somebody on the other side did the same thing, and nobody really spoke about him.
Pep gets away with a lot of things.
Yeah, so I feel like it was the right thing to do.
Pep packed the ball against Arsenal. Pep packed against Arsenal. I didn't see anybody complain. If it was Mourinho, everybody was going to be shouting, he doesn't have it anymore, he needs to be laid off and stuff like that. Yeah. Pep lost. When has he been losing against Real Madrid now? He hasn't managed to crack the code to beat Real Madrid.
In the last 5 seasons, I think Real Madrid has knocked him out 4 times.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. He gets away with a lot of things. In fact, he comes to the media, he says, who has never done it to come back.
He says whatever he likes these days, so that guy don't send anybody.
Exactly. So, I don't know. He has this.
I think he has earned it, though. He has earned it.
Yeah, so. He has earned it.
Yeah. Rightfully. He has earned it. He has earned it. But are we going to say Mourinho didn't earn it too? Mourinho also
Well-
has ended it, but there is this crazy hatred about Mourinho that he can't do it in the
But you
Premier
know,
League again.
Pep is very diplomatic
same-
compared to Mourinho.
I don't think so. Mourinho
Recently, Pep has been saying whatever is on his mind.
Right now,
Recently,
Pep
yes.
will even put mouth in politics.
See, he was.
I think Pep has been triggered. Like he doesn't
See,
care anymore.
also, I think he's living at the end of the season, so he doesn't care.
So he doesn't.
He was just comparing Messi and Haaland, and he was saying that Messi should take something, and maybe other players. He put Haaland in the bracket of other players. So I don't think he cares anymore. He just
And also, it could also be family issues, due to the so that's
doesn't.
just doing it. I don't pray that on anybody. You know that you're already getting it steadily in the other room, and you're not getting it again. So
it can affect a lot of things.
My brother. So, but yeah, I was just going to say that this same Jose Mourinho got the result against this Real Madrid, Benfica.
Yeah.
Now, you see, just for you to see the bias.
Man City, that's a better team.
That is like way better team, way like more experienced players and stuff like that. So, but again, yeah. Liam Rosen,
so
I think
Everton, Chelsea a draw. Okay.
I think.
And then let's move to the next one, which will be Tottenham against Nottingham Forest. I'll be starting with AY. Tottenham, to do is to dare, or to dare is to do.
The battle of
The interesting thing is that this is a relegation battle actually. Yeah. But the interesting thing is that I was really impressed with Tottenham's gameplay against Atletico Madrid. And the commentators said something, or the commentators, that if only they, play like this every weekend, they will not be in a relegation battle. Tottenham came all out, and I think it's just the structure of both competitions, the difference that comes with that, the uniqueness that comes with both. Atletico Madrid will not come and be defending the Champions League, except maybe they are playing, I don't know, depending on what type of game it is. But everybody comes out in the Champions League, right? Everybody comes out to play football because it's just 2 games. Especially in the group phase where it was just 1 game part. So you have to play your best football. And if you allow Tottenham actually play their best football, they're not an entirely terrible side. Unfortunately, the Premier League is different. It's a lot more difficult. Everybody wants to. I'm sure this game between Tottenham and Nottingham Forest will be, everybody will just be waiting and be trying to catch each other and counter and all of that. But can Tottenham then just carry that, that momentum from the game against Atletico Madrid into this Nottingham Forest game?
I would say yes, because that was their first win in 2026. They drew against Liverpool over the weekend. That was Liverpool fans will tell you that's their most that's their worst result of the season, drawing to Tottenham 1-1. And they followed up the draw with, I would say, an emphatic win, because they actually really, really tried. Xavi's goal was also a very fantastic goal, and you see that they played with flair. They enjoyed themselves because I guess because they just knew that they had nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. Yeah.
So they gave it their all. And secondly, like you also said, Champions League football is absolutely different from Premier League football. Champions League football is people come out against you. It's see Barca against Newcastle. That would not happen in the league. The league, it would either be 1-0 or 2-0 or 2-1. But that game against Barca, they were playing score as much as you can. I will score as much as I can. Play your game, I play my game.
Barca knew, they kind of knew that this is the way to go. Just attack these people. They will continue to defend.
But in the league, nobody will open up and say, oh yeah, I'll come and play your game, I play my
anybody game. Don't beat anybody 8 this season.
Exactly, because people, even Wolves, that
worst team in the league. Nobody has beaten them 8.
You will see how they play. Counter football, they sit back, they hit you on the counter, bring Tolu in, Tolu tries to score, and people sit back. So Tottenham, I see them winning or drawing, but I will give them the win, because they recently won against their last match in the Champions League. So I see them winning 2-1.
Shola?
Nottingham Forest. Tottenham, they will be back to default setting this week.
You have no
Oh, no.
love whatsoever.
No, I've been there. I've been there as a United fan. You have this initial gra, let me put it that way, just because of the noise coming out from the media. But, this is a function of substance. You can't fake substance. You can't fake it. So, do you have it? Yes, they have it, but are they consistent? If they are consistent, they won't be where they are right now.
Like a
And
team with Richarlison and Kolomwani, and they are struggling for goals. Like, I can't believe it.
Now, speaking of Nottingham Forest, Arsenal are only able to have a little bit of rest of mind now, thanks to West Ham, thanks to Nottingham Forest. Because this team, they got points against Manchester City.
And Everton is coming to help us again, and Chelsea.
No, you don't
Chelsea
have
has
problem
nothing
with
to offer you.
Chelsea
has nothing to offer you.
Chelsea,
My fellow London neighbors.
If it's
Chelsea has nothing to offer you, nothing.
You can sleep better. So, Nottingham Forest, if they could do it against Man City, I think they can do it against Tottenham. It's not like, Tottenham to Man City, they can do it. They can definitely do it against Tottenham. And I think they will do it. Because they are also, I think, 29 points thereabout, or maybe 20, that. So, they are also fighting relegation. And if they also slip up, they've gone.
Becomes a bigger problem for them.
It's because a bigger problem for them. And we were talking one time like that, we were talking about their owner, about how he has changed. This is like the third manager now.
Third manager.
The third manager in the season. So, obviously, this is the final. It's the final in itself. I don't think Tottenham will get full maximum 3 points from this. If care is not taken, in fact, Tottenham will lose that match. They will go back to their default setting.
Perhaps a draw will be a fair result in this kind of match.
A draw, seems
that's what me. This is a battle of the hams, Nottingham, Tottenham. Well, speaking of result, I see this ending in a draw, because you want to talk about Tottenham putting up a good battle against Atletico Madrid in the last game in the Champions League. Of course, they got all 3 points. You could say the same for Nottingham Forest going away to Midtjylland to secure all 3 points by winning by 2-1. So yeah, both teams fantastic in Europe, secured all, got the win. Now when you come back home, the difference between 18th place West Ham to 16th place Tottenham is 1 point. It's 1 point. So a slip up here and there will see the other person taking over the other. And then when you come back to the league, talk about Nottingham Forest and Tottenham. Neither of them have had a win in their last 5 games. So I'm not even expecting Tottenham to do anything special. Now, the reason why they were able to perform the way they did in the Champions League is because Champions League teams give you that, give players with flair and a bit of technicality, technical players, a bit more room to operate. But in the Premier League, you don't have that. And I think that is why Newcastle United struggled against Barcelona, because they had technical players and not very physical players. So before you try to come and body them, they are nowhere to be found. So technical players can flourish in the Champions League. When you take that home to Premier League, you are looking at Anderson.
You probably have to have both
behind you. So you have to be quick and strong to be able to perform. So people like Xavi Simons, exactly. So that's why you see people like Xavi Simons struggling in the Premier League, but he's scoring 2 goals in the Champions League. So this match, I see
Atletico Madrid for that matter.
Exactly. So I see this game ending in a draw. Honestly, I see draw here. Tottenham cannot. They cannot forget all those. They are hanky panky in the Champions League. Come back home. Come back to reality. It's going to be a very difficult game. Forest is very, very. In fact, they will take them to the bush. It will end in a draw. Stalemate.
Anyways, whether Nottingham Forest will take Tottenham to the Forest or to the bush, we will see how all that plays out. Let's know your thoughts in the comment section. For the match with Manchester United, the Brighton-Liverpool game. There are also other games. There's Leeds-Brentford. There's Fulham-Burnley. There's Everton playing against Chelsea. There's also Newcastle against Sunderland, which I think would be a very, very good game to watch, given that Newcastle would want to bounce back from that annihilation from Barcelona. There's Aston Villa also playing against West Ham. West Ham trying all they can to get all of the maximum points. And then there's Tottenham playing against Nottingham Forest. And let's know what your thoughts are in the comment section. See you on the next one. Enjoy the football this weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.